Hey, what's up YouTube? Out at the creek once again. Just testing out a few blades. Creek is flowing strongly. And the weather is looking good. I like things a little bit cold. Alright, so it's a little bit cold. There's my tripod. Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm out here today at the creek with two items from HX Outdoors. Now this video will be my review of this knife. Now this knife was sent to me by HX Outdoors and they just wanted my honest opinion. Okay, well I'll be more than happy to give them my honest opinion of this knife. But first of all, I immediately recognize this as derived from a tracker design. This is basically a mini tracker, right? It's a mini tracker. Now you may remember my review of this knife. Now this is a full-size tracker, right? And I'll include a link to that review in the description of the video. Right, so this is a full-size tracker and this is a mini tracker. Now regarding tracker designs, those actually go back to Tom Brown. And originally he made 3 different versions of the tracker for Tops knives that were officially licensed. But since that time, many other companies have come out with their own tracker designs, right? Most notably Boker, for example, and I mean at least a dozen companies, right? So a lot of companies now have a tracker design, and then we get to mini trackers, right? This is a mini tracker, right? The regular trackers are a lot more broad and heavy, right? They can be used for a little bit of chopping. This is a more pointed and obviously lighter and less wide tracker. So basically, it's a more stabby tracker. Here's a closer look at the sheath that the knife came with. All right, so you can see it has eyelets there. Multiple ways that you could carry this, definitely. You can tie it down with this right there. It's got loops there. Got a retaining loop, button closure. And it has a pocket right here, which I would use to house a fire kit, definitely. Here's a closer look at it. All right, so you see it has a dual grind, right? You got that part, and then the belly. So this is a complicated design. It's got an extended tang which can be used for hammering or as a glass breaker. It's full tang. The blade length is about 4 inches. It has this part right here which can be used for notching depending on how soft the wood is. You can also strike a fire steel, and this is a bottle opener. It also has this hole here for lashing, and basically you could use this as a spear tip, right? Now, the belly here is for slicing both across and into a target, or if you were preparing a, let's say, small game or something like that. All right, so you see this part right here. Look how far back they took that relief grind. So one purpose of that, you could draw it down a piece of wood, right? You can draw it down a piece of wood like that. You see those, all right, you see that? You see what it's doing there? Making little curly cues, right? So that part, you know, you can use it for making feather sticks or just thinning out a piece of wood for your purposes, right? So that grind and that edge right there has some uses. And that part right there, right? That little part that hooks over, you can basically draw a cut with that, right? So that like hooking part, I don't want to say like a gut hook because it doesn't hook that much, but that hooking part can open something up. All right, at this time I'm going to roll in the initial sharpness demo with this on paper, then we'll come back. Okay, initial sharpness, HX Outdoors knife. Now this is very hard to do this with because of the dual grind and the shape of the edge, but okay. So it is sharp. And while we're here, let's get an official weight on this knife. Alright, so 7.04 ounces. Let's change the unit. And 199.6 grams. Jackpot. And that is without the sheath. The sheath is quite light. Now the steel on this is 440 stainless. And my advice to HX Outdoors if you want to sell more knives, one steel you might want to upgrade to would be 1095 high carbon steel. Alright YouTube, we're back. I hope you liked that. So this was pretty sharp, definitely. Let's just do a little more whittling, shall we? You know, so you could carve a tent stake or something like that. I'm going to use, well, you see I'm using that grind there to just thin this out. It does well. Alright, but now I'm going to use this other grind, right, for a little more fine whittling. So I'd say it's a versatile design. Trackers are a little controversial. Honestly, I'm 49 years old. And I lived my first 48 years without ever having a tracker at all, right? I only tried a tracker last year, right? So, but some people swear by them. Tom definitely has all the credentials, that's for sure. But, you know, if people can't agree on trackers, they definitely don't agree on mini trackers. You know, that's up to you whether you think the whole category is useful or not. Right? But somebody does, because there's a lot of tracker and mini tracker designs by different brands being sold by different brands out there. Alright, so you see what we did. We used that to just finish this off. So this back part here you can use for notching, but you can also use it to strike a fire steel, and it makes some good sparks, definitely. Oh, there you go. I only had one bottle, so. But yeah, that's the bottle opener. And like I said, you can use the extended tang as a hammer. All right, let's pretend that this was like a longer, you know, tent stake or something. Yeah, you can hammer with that. So as I said, I've lived my whole life, or almost my whole life, without ever needing a tracker or a mini tracker, but yet having used more tracker designs lately, you know, I'm kind of warming up to them a little bit. Alright, but that's for you to say whether you're into the whole tracker thing. If you do need a mini tracker that's budget priced, this would serve you well. I did read all the reviews for this. Most people are just using it as a multi-purpose camp knife. Alright, my YouTube friends, so that was my honest review of this HX Outdoors knife. I'll include lots of useful links under this video for knife enthusiasts and bushcrafters and preppers. I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.